Hi, my name's Mark Green. I started the walk on the Upper West Side here in New York City. I put a post on the local Upper West Side subreddit, and I said, hey, we're thinking about starting this walk. Here's some data on men's loneliness and the really negative health impacts of that, and come join us. The end result is now I have 6 or 7 men in my own neighborhood who I consider to be pretty close friends, and that number is growing. So here's the deal. You post on Reddit or a local Facebook page or whatever it is. Most of the guys who email you will have already thought about this problem. They may have been talking to their wives about it or their life partners. They already know that they need to do something about the lack of friendship in their lives, and they may have already been trying. Guys tell me they join like softball teams and the season ends and the friendships end. But Walking Talking Men has a particular thing that happens. And this is what it is. In Walking Talking Men, we go out, generally, let's say 8 guys show up, right? Men tend to pair off or in groups of 3, and they start having conversations. They'll talk about, movies, or talk about their work, or talk about what's going on. But then eventually, some man will talk about something that's a little more serious in his life. Men show up with the same problems we all have. They may be going through a divorce, or they may be having a challenge at work, or they may be struggling with their kids. But whatever the problem is, the thing that happens is this. Men hold space for those guys. And not only do they hold space, they do a great job of it. And these are guys that are like programmers and marketing guys. We have a guy named Ben Trussman. He's a hydrologist. But when I watch him hold space for a man who's struggling with something, I'm stunned by how good he is at it. How good we all are at it. We knew how to do this when we were young boys. This is what we did in our friendships every day at school. But somehow, between the time we're boys and become men, we get a different set of messages about what it means to be a man. Be tough, never ask for help. Don't show your emotions. If you're going to talk to other men, talk about sports or cars. Don't talk about anything deep. Be hyper-competitive. Be a winner. And those cultural messages are what are creating this epidemic of loneliness. Because when you hide your emotions and don't ask for help and don't talk about what's going on for you, that's the opposite of friendship. So what happens on these walks is that men hold space for each other. And a man who is struggling with something no longer has to walk around with it in his head only. He gets to speak it out. Other men hear it and support him. So the man who gets the support, that's life-changing for him to have other men doing that. And the man who holds space for him, it's life-changing for that man too. Because not only are we really good at it, we want to do it, but we rarely ever get asked to. And in the moment that that happens, real friendship begins to happen. So, Walking Talking Men. Let me tell you what we're not doing. We're not doing therapy. We're not doing men's work. We're not doing coaching. We're not charging money. We're not fronting for any organization. We're not asking you to click here or sign up there. We're not collecting email addresses. We're not doing any of that. All we're doing is sharing how we made friends in our neighborhood. You can pick the rules for your walk. Our rules are no politics, be authentic, and respect the confidentiality of the group. But your rules will be decided by the men on your walk. We could no sooner make rules for your walk than we could make rules for your friendship. This is yours. Go to our frequently asked questions page at walkingtalkingmen.org, and then go to our resources page for sample emails or social media posts. But if you still have questions, reach out to Ben Trussman or myself. We're happy to have a conversation. Now I'll leave you with this. When you first read about Walking Talking Men, when you first heard about us, something about it made you say, that makes sense to me. I need to do that. Hold on to that initial intuition that you had. Hold on to that aha moment. When you post about your walk on local social media and show up that day for that walk, something remarkable is going to happen in your life and in the life of the other guys who show up. Because men have that gift to give each other. All we have to do is be friends.